There is a question that almost every runner over 40 carries around, but almost nobody says out loud. It usually shows up in a run. Maybe you're breathing harder than you used to. Maybe you looked at your splits, then looked at your A's and thought, is this it? Is this the beginning of the end? You don't post it in Instagram, but late at night when it's just you and your thoughts, the question is there. Can I actually get faster? Or am I just managing the decline? I'm here to tell you, as a doctor and as a runner and as a guy who stared at the same question on plenty of solo runs, the answer is yes, you can get faster after 40. Not in spite of the science, but because of it. I'm Dr. Sandesh Pandit. I'm board certified sports medicine physician. 1%. That's the annual rate of aerobic decline after age 40. 1% per year, not 10, not 5, 1. Your body's peak endurance capacity holds steady until about 35, then drops by roughly 1% a year through your 40s. It does not accelerate to about 2% a year until your early 60s. Now, data from World Masters Athletics Championship shows that runners aged 40 to 49 still maintain about 92% of the speed of the 18 to 34 age group. Marathon finishing times from the New York, Boston, Chicago don't meaningfully slow until around age 50. So 1% per year, that's a real number, not the catastrophe your brain is trying to sell you. And here is what makes that number even more exciting. Most recreational runners over 40 have never come close to their ceiling. You've been running, but have you been training? There is a difference, and that difference is where the speed lives. A quick gift before we go deeper. My free AAA smoothie recipe card, anti-inflammatory, anabolic, and adaptogenic recovery fuel for the runner who is not slowing down. Link is in the description. Grab it now and come back. If the decline is only 1% per year, why does it feel like it's so much more? Because here's what nobody explains. The decline you're experiencing is probably not aging. It's probably detraining, life, and lost structure. Think about it. In your 20s and 30s, you might have more free time, fewer responsibilities, maybe a running group, maybe a coach, maybe a race on the calendar every few months, giving you some structure and urgency. Then 40 hits, kids, career peaks, aging parents, less sleep, more stress, and running went from my training plan to I'll fit it when I can. You didn't get slower because your body gave up on you. You got slower because training changed. You blamed your biology for what was actually a scheduling problem. A study looking at what predicts VO2 max in women found that physical activity level was more than twice as powerful a predictor as age. How much you train matters way more than how old you are. Female master runners between 50 and 70 had a VO2 max nearly double that of non-exercising peers at the same age. Women who exercise regularly throughout life are physiologically 20 to 30 years younger than sedentary women their age 20 to 30 years. The gap between active 50 and sedentary 50 is bigger than the gap between 25 and 50. So before you blame your age, look at your training log. The answer might be there. Let's talk about what happens when a woman over 40 actually trains with a structure and intention. A study of recreational middle-aged women runners, average age 40, found that structured training period over 12 weeks led to 2 to 3% improvements in half marathon training times. And 50 to 70% of the participants beat their previous personal best after 12 weeks in their 40s. PRs. That's not slowing the decline, that's reversing it. Not because they got younger, because they trained smarter. Another study looked at women aged 40 to 60 who trained consistently for more than 5 years versus women who've been training for only 6 to 24 months. The long-term group had significantly higher VO2 peak and better muscle oxygen extraction, meaning your body keeps adapting and improving for years after you start structured training. The gains don't stop at 12 weeks, they keep compounding. If you think menopause shuts the door, it does not. No study has clearly shown that menopause itself reduces exercise capacity. Yes, estrogen drops. Yes, things shift. But exercise training directly counteracts the adverse changes associated with menopausal transition. Menopause changes the terrain, it does not close the road. The Generation 100 study, published in 2026 in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise, researchers followed women aged 70 to 77 for 5 years. They compared women doing high intensity training versus moderate intensity exercise. The moderate intensity group declined in VO2 peak by 4.6% over 5 years. Expected, normal. The high intensity group, zero decline, none. Their fitness did not decrease over 5 years at age 72, 77 years. Women in their 70s who train at high intensity maintain their cardiovascular fitness for half a decade. Women doing moderate intensity lost nearly 5%. So if you are sitting here at 43 or 48 or 52 wondering if you can get faster, you're not even in the same zip code as decline. You have decades of trainable runway ahead of you. The question was never, can I? The question was, will I? Let me tell about one of my patients, Rena. Rena ran her first half marathon at 32, finished in 2:04. She was thrilled. Over the next few years, she ran a handful more, never cracked 2 hours, but always finished around 2:05 to 2:10. Then life did what life does. 2 kids, a promotion. Her parents moved in. Running went from 4 days a week to whenever I can, which meant twice a week, easy pace, no plan. But by 43, Sid convinced herself that 2:04 was her lifetime best. I am 43, she told me, those legs are gone. I asked her a question that caught her off guard. Rena, when you were running 2:04 at 32, did you do any speed work? No. Did you do any intervals, tempo runs, strength training? No, no, and no. So you ran your personal best at 32 on talent and enthusiasm alone, and you are telling me at 43 with actual knowledge of training that you can't beat it? She stared at me for about 5 seconds. Then she said something I've heard from many of my patients, something that broke my heart a little. She was like, I guess I assumed I was too old. We built a plan, 3 runs a week, one easy, one hard, one long, 2 days of strength, real structure, nothing crazy, just intentional. 9 months later, she ran a half marathon, 157, not 2:04, 157, 7 minutes faster than her lifetime best. At 44, Rena wasn't past her prime. She had never actually trained for it. Here is what was really holding Rena back, and it might be holding you back too. There's a concept in sports psychology that we call comparison trap. Every runner over 40 has a ghost. The ghost is yourself at 28 or 32 or whenever you felt your fastest or lightest. And every time you lace up, that ghost run alongside with you, whispering, you're slower now. You used to be better. What happened to you? That ghost is a liar. Not because your 28-year-old self wasn't fast, she was, but because she's not the benchmark that matters anymore. You are not racing her. You're racing the version of yourself that exists right now, with the body you have right now, and the potential you have not tapped yet. The comparison traps work like this. You measure yourself against your peak from the past, find a gap, and interpret that as a decline. But that's like comparing your salary at 25 to your salary at 45 and calling yourself less ambitious. The context changed, the game changed, you changed. Here's what I tell every patient over 40 who walks into my clinic grieving their former speed. Stop racing your ghost. Start racing your potential. Your ghost ran on youth and zero structure. Your potential runs on wisdom, strength, training, interval work, and a body that's been through enough to finally know how to listen. That's not a downgrade. That's a massive upgrade, if you ask me. If you intellectually agree with everything I just said, there might still be a voice in your head right now saying, yeah, that's for other people. I'm different. I'm too slow. I started too late. I'm not a real runner. Here is something that changed how I think about this. Confidence is not something you're born with. Confidence is something you build like a muscle. You don't wake up confident. You do something slightly scary, you survive it, you do it again. The survival stacks, and eventually the stack is tall enough that you can stand on it and call it confidence. Every time you lace up when you don't feel like it, that's a rep. Every time you finish a hard interval training thinking, I didn't know I could do that, that's a rep. Every time you show up to a starting line feeling like you don't belong and you run it anyway, that's the heaviest rep of all. Confidence is not the voice that says, I know I can do this. Confidence is the quieter voice that says, I don't know if I can do this, but I've done hard things before and I will figure it out. Rina didn't feel confident when we started her plans. She was terrified. She told me, what if I train for 9 months and I'm still slower? And I told her, then you'll be 9 months stronger, healthier, and braver than you're at now. And that's worth it, even without a PR. She got the PR, but the confidence came first, built one workout at a time. One more piece of science that should make every woman runner over 40 feel good. Emerging research suggests that highly trained female runners demonstrate greater performance durability during prolonged running than performance match males counterpart. Over the course of long race, women hold their pace better. They deteriorate less. Their speed drops less dramatically in the later miles. The likely reason, women are better at using fat as fuel during long effort, which preserves carbohydrate store. They metabolically outlast their male counterparts at matched performance levels. So not only you can get faster after 40, you might have inbuilt advantage for the longer distances, marathons, ultras, the races where patience, efficiency, and durability matter more than raw speed. Being a woman over 40 is not a disadvantage in endurance running. It might be a superpower that you have not tapped yet. Somewhere watching this video right now is a woman over 40 who has quietly decided that her best running days are behind her. She does not say it out loud. She still runs. She still loves it. But she has stopped expecting anything from herself. She has stopped believing that faster is a word that applies to her anymore. She runs to maintain, not to grow. And there's a small, quiet sadness in that because somewhere deep down, she knows there is more in her. She doesn't just trust it. I want to talk to that women for a second. You're not too old. The decline at your age is 1% per year. You have decades of runway. You've hit the ceiling of unstructured running, not the ceiling of you. Rina thought 204 was her lifetime best. She ran 157 at 44. Women in their 70s in Generation 100 study held their fitness for 5 years. 50 to 70% of the women in their 40s who trained with a structure set lifetime personal record. The science is not subtle about this. The science is practically yelling at you. So here's just assignment, not from your doctor, from your fellow runner. Next week, run one workout that scares you a little. Intervals that you've been avoiding. A pace that you have not tried, a hill that you usually skip, something that makes the ghost nervous because the ghost doesn't want you to get faster. The ghost wants you to stay sad from the past. And the bravest thing a runner over 40 can do is stop mourning who they were and start becoming who they have not been yet. Your fastest mile might not be behind you. It might be the one that you have not run yet. And in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build speed safely after 40, the specific workout, the protocol, Hey, two things before you go. One, triple A smoothie. Description is there. It's a recovery fuel for a runner who is not done yet. Subscribe so we can keep running together. Hit the bell so the next video can find you. And share this with one woman over 40 who thinks her best days are behind her because she might be 9 months away from her personal records. She doesn't believe in possible that's possible yet. This is your channel for running after 40. I'll see you in the next one. Keep running for life.